I'm live. What's going on? I'm going to wait a few seconds before I start talking more in depth because it usually takes a few minutes for people to notice that I'm live and start tuning in. So, waiting for the first viewer. I am excited though. I've got some. I said it in the last live stream video I did yesterday that I was getting new bookcases. I did get the 3 new bookcases, but oh, all right, went from 0 to 3 viewers like that. 7 viewers. All right, that's just jumping up quickly. Sup, Stark here. What's going on, Albert? How's everybody doing? Thank you for tuning in. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself today. This President's Day here in the United States, and I ended up getting the 3 bookcases yesterday. So I'm put all the bookcases together, and I didn't watch Train to Busan yesterday. I ended up watching Walking Dead, and then Comic Book Man after that. Yes, new bookcases. I'm doing well. Um, Young man, I'm not that young. And just babyface keeps me in the game though. What's up, dude? Blu-ray Geddon. What's going on? So yeah, I'm really excited. I have 9 total bookcases, and I am a Blu-ray man. Well, you are here now. So yeah, I've got 9 total Blu-ray cases, and I'm gonna start putting the collection, organizing it. Did you have them delivered? Were they damaged again? No, but I damaged some putting some together. I did get them delivered because I don't have a vehicle big enough to get the bookcases. But yeah, it was. I've put up together these so many different times, and every time I managed up messing up 1 or 2 little spots. But yeah, last time when I had people moving some of the stuff for me, they damaged some of the ones I already put together. But these ones, I damaged a couple spots, put the nails through in a little bit wrong. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a quick preview of. All right, so here we go. This is my office space room. So I have the whole Blu-ray collection right here, or horror Blu-ray collection right here, and then there's some over there, and then there's some collectibles. The Phantasm Sphere, the DVD one, which I'm gonna get rid of actually, because I want to get the Blu-ray one coming out in the UK. And the Sleepaway Camp box set with the Red Cross signed up by a bunch of people. Fear Itself TV show, which was, I think this was the first season was the only season, but I had it signed up by a bunch of people. And then probably the rarest thing in my collection, the most expensive thing in my collection, was the Suspiria Deep Red Heat Box edition from Japan. And then some Funko Pops. But then I have stuff over here, Psychomania from Arrow Video, Satanic Biker Gang. There's some Criterions. And then over here is all stuff I'm gonna get rid of. So yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this old Reanimator highlighter set, which I've had for ages. I'm gonna get rid of that Pan's Labyrinth set, even though it's a beautiful set. I'm just trying to downsize the collection some. I'm gonna get rid of some Blu-rays and stuff, but here's all the Arrow Video right there, Digibooks, Steelbooks, Criterion Collection, Twilight Time, Disney, TV shows, and then I got all the stuff on the floor right here. And some posters and some random stuff there. And then here's the rest of the collection. If you guys can still over here, Blu-ray Anarchy says American Phantasm set yet, but the American Phantasm set is just a box set. It's not a sphere, so that's disappointing. And yeah, here's. You know what? I realized I have way more than I initially thought. So I'm trying to downsize, and it's just not working as well as I thought because I got this new bookcase right here. I got that bookcase right there. Those are the 3 new ones. And so those are all horror DVDs over there. And I got some stacks of stuff over there. And DVDs, Blu-rays. But I have all the stuff on the floor. But over at my mom's place, I have probably another 1,000 DVDs and a few Blu-ray box sets. And in the closet, I've got a couple Blu-ray box sets too and a few more random DVDs. So I'm going to try to downsize the collection more because I do not want to. There's no more room for any more bookcases. This is it. There's no more. So I have to make sure that I don't keep. It's a constant ebb and flow of getting stuff in and trying to thin out the collection of stuff that I don't see myself watching again. I'm not going to keep stuff in my collection if I can't see myself watching it again. So that's the complete collection right now. Well, except for the stuff that I haven't brought over or taken out of the boxes yet. But the stuff that I already had in here. So yeah, and then I think I showed those stacks of all Blu-rays right there, I believe, on the floor. All kinds of different stuff, and there's some Criterion sneak peek right there. And oh, there's my signed Freddy Funko Pop. And Doctor Strange. So, alright, let's see. I probably missed a ton of comments, so forgive me. Lone Monkey, what's up? Was watching The Walking Dead. Yeah. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Where did I get I got the bookcases from IKEA. They're the Billy bookcases. They're $80 a pop. Don't give away Thirst. Such a great movie. I have 2 of the movie Thirst. I would never give it up besides that because I agree it's a very underrated vampire movie. Love the movie Thirst. Love the Blood Bank 10. You know what? I don't love all the movies. I love the design for it. There's only like 2 movies I really like in that set. So, Mommy's Epitaph and then Chillers, I think were the ones that I liked. Yeah, the bookcases I got from IKEA. Do you put your collection together as genre or mash them all? I have horror separated, and then everything else is put together, although I separate Digibooks and Steelbooks and Arrow Video and Twilight Time and Criterion Collection. So besides, and Disney. But I think I'm going to integrate Disney into the rest of the stuff. So all the rest of the genres and stuff are in together. So some stuff is separated. Thirst on Arrow. No, I wish Thirst would be released by Arrow Video. Show your Criterion Collection. All right, well, I have some right there that I will show in a video coming up probably this week. But then there's Criterion Shelf right here. I'll go ahead and pan through. Criterion Shelf right there. I'll pan through. I did a trade with somebody like 2 years ago, and I keep... meaning probably actually a year and a half ago, for Man Escaped, and it came damaged. They bubble wrapped it, but it was all broken up, and I just never... I wanted to rebuy it. I just never got around to it, so I need to do that, though, because that's still bothering me. More Criterions. Down here, well, there's a little bit of Eureka, and then the rest of the Criterions, and then the ones that I showed you on the floor. So let me check the comments here. Yeah, I have a ton of posters, actually. I need to do that, so I just don't have the room to frame them all, and I gotta get frames. Somebody said Walmart had good cheap frames, so I might do that. Although there's a couple that I don't want cheap frames for. I want some high quality frames. Disney collection. All right. I still have a few other. I don't have a ton of Disney ones, but right here's a few Disney titles. I have more than this. I have like a few more than that. So a little bit more than that. But that's like the main section of it. I'm not getting the Harry Potter Steelbook set. I'm not a Harry Potter fan, sorry. I never got into Harry Potter. I've only seen parts of a few of the movies, so I've never even seen a full movie all the way through. The parts that I saw about half an hour, 40 minutes worth. I was like, I can't deal with this. It just wasn't for me. I never got into it, sorry. About Rings, I haven't seen Rings yet, but I have seen the original Ringu. I've seen the American remake, which I loved, and then the sequel. And then I've seen some of the sequels over there too. Like, was it Sadako? I think was one of them. What was $8? Oh, really? The frames are $8 at Walmart for like actual movie size posters? That's crazy. It's nice to see someone passionate about movies. Thank you. I love it's a big. That's why I make videos on here. Not everybody. None of my friends are really big into movies. They're casual moviegoers, and that's cool. But that's why I come on here. I talk to a lot of people like me who are really passionate about film. So that's awesome. Can you review the movie that I saw? I saw The Devil. Yes, I am familiar. I do not consider it a horror movie. A lot of people consider I Saw the Devil a horror movie. It's not. It's like a crime thriller movie, revenge story, a great film. I do have issues with the continual catch and release aspect. I thought it was just get it done with. But I love the movie. Very tense, palpable, full horror collection video. You know what? I've started, you guys don't be mad at me, but I've started to do like a complete Blu-ray collection video, and then like I haven't finished it, and then I just got the new bookcases. And I did the same thing with the horror Blu-ray collection, and so it's gonna be, I'm gonna finish filming it just because it takes a while to film those things, so it's gonna look a little choppy and out of sequence. I'm like, suddenly there's a new bookcase. Have you seen 31? No, I haven't seen 31 yet. I have it, but I still haven't popped it in. I love some of Rob Zombie stuff. Some of it I'm not a big fan of. for me, House of Thousand Corpses is my favorite from him, and I really love Lords of Salem up until the last 20 minutes, but 31 just looked like so self-indulgent, over the top Rob Zombie from the trailers. They have like a little person dressed up with like Nazi gear from what I saw. So I'm gonna watch it. I don't know. I have to be in the right mood to watch it. I think I do have it. Rejects. How do you have so much energy in all your videos? I am usually sleep deprived, so the more sleep deprivation I have, usually the more energy I get. Doesn't make any sense, and then I just kind of just completely fall out. The Geek Keenan, what's up, man? Cinecreep. Yeah, man, I'm down. Absolutely. Cinecreep, awesome. That's one of the things, too. I don't know how old Cinecreep is, but what I've noticed on here, especially in the past couple of years, there are a lot of younger YouTubers, Bluetubers, a lot of people in the movie community on here. And that's one thing I wish I was around when I was younger. It would have been awesome to be exposed to so many different more movies and people who are passionate about film. I've found so many movies, movie recommendations on here, and that's just one of the coolest things to me. And it's cool to see people on here younger getting into film like that. I think that's awesome. It's a great tool on here. Mike G, show off the new bookcases. I already did that, buddy. But I will quickly just go ahead. I've had those two already. That one I've had. This one is new. And then I've got the ones all in here. I had that one. That one was a new one that I replaced the old one. Then that one, that was a new one. And then that one I had, and that was a new one. So 2, 4, 9 total. And I still have a bunch of stuff that I have to organize and get out of boxes. So, 13th Wolfman. I know I saw your comment earlier. Walmart does have good cheap frames. That's cool. Sudeco was cool, yeah. Alright, cool. So I'll have to pick up Walmart frames then, because I need more frames for sure. If there's a fire, you can only grab one stack. Oh, that is... You know, I have a bunch of signed ones that are important to me, so I try to find those signed ones. Ones that are irreplaceable. That would be a big thing for me. Yeah, so the signed ones, if I could find them. Because I've had ones where I've met a lot of these people, and I think that's something that's kind of cool for the memories and stuff like that. Thank you, Sam. Yeah, everybody on here. That's awesome. Omar Little, the new 4K Blu-ray of The Heat. That's a UK release, right? I need to pick that up. Is it region free, Omar? Let me know, because that's an all-time classic for me. One of the best heist movies ever. The Martyrs remake, I have not. I have the Martyrs remake, but I have not sat down and watched it yet. I know I'm slacking on that. I've just been kind of putting that one off because I've heard a lot of negative things. But I still like to give everything a fair chance. My favorite movie of all time is John Carpenter's The Thing. There's a Japanese poster for it. It's funny, I got that question yesterday too. I've talked about that movie endlessly. It's my all-time favorite. John Carpenter's directing, Ennio Morricone's score, Rob Bottin's practical effects, Dean Cundy's cinematography, the feeling of isolation, paranoia, the Antarctic research station, the whole cast all comes together. Great sci-fi horror. Oh, I freaking love it. And yeah, so that's my favorite. I'm actually gonna do a video on like my Thing collection, showing all the different Thing editions that I have and releases. The Thing is getting a board game release. Actually, Mondo is working with a toy company, and they're going to release a board game for John Carpenter's The Thing. So that is amazing. I posted Freddy in Space's article on it, and on my Instagram and Facebook page. So yeah, if you have Instagram, follow me on there. Absolute Sublime 1 on there. I post a bunch of stuff on. I like Instagram a lot. It's my favorite. It is region free. Cool. Awesome, thank you. Yeah, so I'm excited. What do you think about 4K? I think I've seen a couple, like The Shallows was the one that really blew me away the most, because I did get a chance to compare the Blu-ray and the 4K, and the difference in the clarity and detail in that movie especially was amazing, so you can definitely see the difference, some more than others. I did want to do a video on like my top 5 4K releases, but I haven't seen every single one out there yet, so, and I know there's some people who collects everything to have everything. Like I've seen people post, talk about their big 4K collections. I've already gotten rid of some 4K titles in my collection just because I never want to watch the movie again. I never want to watch Central Intelligence again. I thought that was terrible. They had good chemistry, but the script was weak. There just weren't enough laughs there. I never want to watch Snow White and the Huntsman again. some great visuals, but again, the story was just really weak and just nothing I'd ever want to see again. There's a few 4K titles that I've already owned and got rid of just because I couldn't stand the movies and never want to watch them again. So I'm not going to keep things just to have them, to show you my big collection. I don't believe in that. And while I have a pretty decent sized collection, I've gotten rid of probably double the amount that I've had in the past couple of years. So it's a constant ebb and flow. Let's see. I can't even pronounce that name, but well, it's Cinecreep. We had a fire outside on a car, and it was spreading to the ground. Holy moly! Grabbed all your Scream Factories. There you go. Scream Factory is always good. Definitely a great company releasing. 4K is too much to get into. Well, I mean, again, depends on what you're going for. What's up? I love your content. Thank you. I've been here since you did the Inception Suitcase Edition. Jonathan, wow, that is old school. That was, how was that, like 5 years ago? That was a long time ago. Thank you for sticking by. Andrei Tarkovsky, did he do... what's that edition? Oh man, they put out a great edition for it. I know who he is, but I'm drawing... Oh my gosh. Possession? Did he do Possession? Is that what it was? They had a great release with that, like the blue cover. But he's done some... Yeah, if it's who I'm thinking of. Like I said, I'm usually sleep deprived, so forgive me. Any good recommendations for online groups, buying, selling, trading? Yeah, Facebook has some great groups. Again, it depends on... It's really mostly for horror. So if you're into horror... they have some great groups on there. Besides that, I don't really know too many, honestly. What film do you want most to see come to Blu-ray? Here's my part of my list for the top 10 horror movies I want to see get a Blu-ray release right there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think the Poughkeepsie Tapes is like an all-time favorite of mine, so I'd love to see that to get a Blu-ray release. There's a whole ton of ones I want to see get a Blu-ray release. Let's see, I'm just scrolling through the comments now. What are your thoughts on the Vestron video series from Lionsgate? Reject Films, what's up? What would you like I love the Vestron video series from Lionsgate. They're doing so many amazing films. I'd love to see them do Rawhead Rex. There's so many movies I would just love to see them put out. I should do a whole thing about that too, actually, because they're doing a great job. I'm loving that. Just got back from a long shift. New Jack Swing works at Pizza Hut in the UK. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like their stuffed crust pizza, but the Pizza Hut over here is terrible. Awful. Like, if you go, I actually looked on there on Google, and it was like the lowest star. It was like 1 star. I think it's the lowest you can get. Like, everybody was giving it terrible reviews. They hire like crackheads at this Pizza Hut over here by me. I'm sorry to say, but it's ridiculous. Favorite film that's up for Best Picture? That's tough too. I wish Scorsese's film would have been up for Silence would have been up for an Oscar, but it wasn't. There's so many films that I think were more deserving too, but that's tough too. Who do you think's gonna win? I could see La La Land winning. I think La La Land will probably win for Best Picture. Although I loved, out of the ones, Nocturnal Animals is probably one of my favorites of the year. Manchester by the Sea. I think Moonlight, I wasn't impressed by Moonlight. I thought Moonlight was the most overhyped movie of 2016. It just was nothing that really stood out to me. I think they really underutilized Mahershala Ali. I thought his character was the best in the whole film, and he was just in it in the very beginning segment. And I didn't love it. I thought it was okay. That's just me. It's a coming of age story dealing with loneliness and, all that kind of stuff and love, and I just didn't really get into it. Nocturnal Animals was amazing. No, Mirror Mirror. Okay, my apologies. Yes, okay, alright, thank you. Ivan's Childhood, yes, I am a fan and I got them mixed up. My apologies, big time on that. Yes, I've seen Ivan's Childhood, Solaris, Stalker. I haven't seen the rest that you mentioned. I need to check those ones out, though. But yeah, the original Solaris was amazing. Ivan's Childhood, too. Best must-buy horror movie. again, I'm going to say John Carpenter's The Thing because it's my all-time favorite one, and the Scream Factory release actually is fantastic. It first took me a little bit to warm up because certain scenes were a little bit different color-wise than I remember from other previous editions, so it took me a bit, but the special features on there are amazing. I like the newly commissioned artwork, and it does look amazing. To use a selfie stick while filming like this, no, I'm holding my cell phone. That's what I'm using this for, my iPhone right now. I would feel super weird with the selfie stick. Again, I am in New Jersey, and I get super weird looks when I've filmed out in public. Like the last flea market one, if you guys watched it, I had 10 people ask me, "What are you doing? Why are you filming this? Why are you filming this? What's going on?" I'm like, holy moly. I guess it's different in like California, where I just see like, I just watched Wet Movies 1's video where he was out with Alex Leba, and they were just walking around in public filming. I've seen Cool Dude do it too, and I just... that would not fly here, I feel like. You would just get a lot of people up in your face asking you what you're doing. So I guess it's a little bit more of a societal norm over there than in Jersey. But yeah, I don't think I could ever do a selfie stick personally. I would just feel super weird with a selfie stick. More power to the people that do it, though. Yes, alright, some people who actually agree with me on Moonlight. I got killed talking about Moonlight before about that. Yes, Sid Haig, awesome. I met Sid Haig at a horror convention, Monsters and Robots. Really nice guy, and he was cool to talk to and sit to. Arrow Video Rule box sets are sick, absolutely. Are you a fan of Lord of the Rings? I am actually more of a fan of the Hobbit series than the Lord of the Rings series. I saw the Lord of the Rings series, they're about 3.5 hour long each, and then they have the extended versions on the DVD and Blu-ray sets. I feel like those movies could have been 1.5 hours long each, and I would have been okay with it. It just felt like the pacing didn't work. Some of it was just like them walking through the woods continuously and didn't really add much to it. We get it. They're going on this journey. That's just me nitpicking. I know everybody loves it. I read the books when I was a kid. Let's see. Just scrolling through the comments right now. Doritos, what's up? Omar Little. There's a third audio commentary in the thing. Yes. I haven't checked out all the special features yet, so that's amazing. Thank you for telling me that. You are, Omar Little, you are killing it with information. I very much appreciate that. Thank you so much, especially about the Heat 4K release. I definitely plan to pick that up. So thank you for letting me know. Our House, what's going on? GoPro. All right, yeah. GoPro's not a bad idea. Another cool company for, yeah, the 88 films. I think only one 88 films released right now. Actually, where's that red case from the Slasher Collection, Boogeyman? I need to pick some more of them up, though. But I'm only looking to get the region-free ones, unfortunately. Have you seen Spirits of the Dead? No, I'm not. I haven't seen that. I'm not familiar with that one. What is that about? Music for the Win. Please let me know. It sounds awesome from the title. What film have you been the most disappointed with? Well, are we talking about high expectations going in? Because that would be The Strangers. I was so excited to see that movie from the trailer, and I was just so let down once I saw it. It was just basically a ripoff of the French film Them, with just not as good of a payoff, in my opinion. It just wasn't well done. But overall, I've seen a lot of terrible low-budget horror movies. I think some of the worst movies I've ever seen would be Knock Knock 2 and Skeleton Key 3. Those are two of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Although Joe Dirt 2 was really bad, as was Zoolander 2. Thoughts on Donnie Darko? Amazing. I can't wait for the US Arrow Video box set. The UK one, I think, is already sold out of print, but the US one is coming here, and I can't wait to get that. Love Donnie Darko. S. Darko, not so much. Is it true about doing out and abouts here in the UK as well? Yeah. Yeah, I would feel super weird going around in Best Buy with that, like filming myself. It's a different, I don't know, I've never seen anybody in New Jersey, go out, do out abouts, talking to themselves in the camera. I'm sure there's people that do it. I just haven't seen it. Cinecreep. What's my favorite Scream Factory besides The Thing? That's tough. I really like Life Force. I'd say Life Force. I grew up watching that one, so that's up there for me. And I was thankfully I got the first release for it where it has the slipcover, so souped on that. I didn't like The Strangers. I know I'm in the minority on that one, but check out, if you like The Strangers and you're open to watching foreign films, I would highly recommend the French film Them. It's basically the similar concept, but done so much better. I feel the same. Everyone in HMV asking questions. Yeah. Seriously, most of the sequels below average movie series will always be bad. I don't know which one you're talking about. As far as Darren A, I'm not sure. Timothy Dalton, Daniel Craig. Who's a better Bond to me? That's kind of tough, actually. That's a tough one. I'm not a huge Daniel Craig fan. Um, I don't know. That's splitting hairs for me. I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm just scrolling through here again to see the comments. Did I miss any comments? Probably. So forgive me if I missed some comments. But let me know about Spirit of the Dead. That sounded really cool. I actually didn't like Life Force as much. I'm sorry to hear that. But that's awesome that you scored it for ridiculous. That was a great flip right there, Center Creep. Yeah, Omar Little, absolutely. Donnie Darko is a classic for sure. It's funny to go back to see everybody that's in that film and how their careers have gone like through the roof. Even Seth Rogen was in there, and Jake Gyllenhaal, and just everybody in that film was amazing. Yeah, Darren A. I'm not sure which series you're talking about, so let me know. Never cared for Donnie Darko. Sorry to hear that, says 13 Wolfman. But my favorite, yeah, Edge of the Park. Have you seen Against the Sun? It's survival at sea. No, I have not. I'm loving all these. Please, you guys, if you have movie recommendations, you guys are leaving me some awesome sounding ones. Once this video stops being live and it posts, please leave a comment about your movie recommendations because I'm never going to remember them right now. But those ones sound awesome. Excellent Adventure or Bogus Journey. Both of those are so much fun. That's a tough one. I need to get that Scream Factory release. I have the old school Blu-ray of the first one, but I need to get the double feature Blu-ray from Scream Factory. That's high on my wish list right now. Both of them were super, super fun. That's tough. I could go either way on that one, honestly. Favorite non-horror movie? Vanilla Sky. That is my second all-time favorite movie. It's a remake from Open Your Eyes, and I think they expanded upon all the ideas way more. Cameron Crowe got a lot of hate. Tom Cruise got a lot of hate. It being an American remake got a lot of hate. But it was so much better than Open Your Eyes. Expanded roles. Again, Penelope Cruz was in both. And her role was, again, expanded. And just everything about it. The cinematography was amazing. The soundtrack blew me away. It's the first time I heard Sigur Rós. And I was hooked. An Icelandic band that I would highly recommend if you're into kind of... It's kind of hard to describe what they are. Kind of ambient, kind of a little bit. Have you seen Men in Chicken? I have not, but I just picked it up, so I plan on watching it. It has Mads, right? I need to see that. It looked pretty entertaining from the clip that I saw. I plan to watch that soon. Let me know. Have you seen it, Albert? Have you seen The Graduate on the Criterion? I have not. I plan to get that one. That's one I got rid of before to upgrade to Criterion. Really, that's amazing to hear. Have you seen the movie called The Hunt? No, I want to though. I've heard great things about that one. I can't see every movie out there, but I try. It's hard. I'm trying to, there's so many movies. I try to weigh them out, but just came in the part where you were mentioning part 3 of something about a minute ago. Sorry, I'm not sure what movie that was. I got the Bill and Ted's Double Feature pack a week ago. Haven't checked it out. Yeah, I definitely plan to get that. It's high up on my wish list. Where's all your silent films out? I don't have... You're the silent... Luke, you're the Razor Wire Reviews. You're the silent movie guru for sure. I've seen some... The ones that we talked about before I saw on YouTube, actually. There's a bunch that I don't even have releases. I do have a few. Not many. I'm sure you have way more than I do. Just came in. What was my favorite Criterion Collection? One thing I do want to say too, a couple other of my favorite all-time non-horror films would be Last of the Mohicans with Daniel Day-Lewis. Love that scene. I get so hyped when that's on. I take my shirt off and run around my house when it's the climax at the cliff. I get so pumped for that. Tremendous historical movie talking about the French Indian War. Just everything about it too. Just the acting is phenomenal. The directing too. And It's a Wonderful Life is also one of my all-time favorites. The quintessential Christmas movie. Great inspirational movie. James Stewart. And here is part of my... I was going to do another video on my It's a Wonderful Life collection. As you can see, I was able to get my old VHS signed up. He was doing, I think it was like a year before he passed away, a tour for his cookbook that he had forever ago. And I got the newest Blu-ray release for it too. So It's a Wonderful Life is one of my all-time favorites. Vanilla Sky and Last of the Mohicans are my... And then A Bronx Tale. Those are my favorite non-horror films. Do you like cheesecake? I have not had cheesecake. in probably like 15 years. I think the last time I had a cheesecake was Baby Watson cheesecake in the grocery store like 15 years ago. So I'm not a huge cheesecake fan. It's very dense. Jared McAdam, you retracted your message. Retracted. I've never seen that on here before. I don't know what you said. I have not seen Cure for Wellness. Let me know how it is. I saw the trailer for it, and it kind of looked like to me Shutter Island. That's what I was getting for the vibe from it. Anyone hyped for? Yeah, I'm hyped for the Before trilogy. Heck yeah, I can't wait for that. My favorite movie is Rocky. That's awesome. Sigur Rós is. Oh, they're playing near me in New York City. I live in Jersey, so I need to check that out myself. The Green Mile is amazing. The Skeleton Key. Oh yeah, no, the Skeleton Key. Well, the Skeleton Key 3 had nothing to do. I don't know if Skeleton Key 2 did, but Skeleton Key 3 had nothing to do with the other films. Or at least the first one. My favorite Criterion Collection release. The Zatoichi set was amazing, but man, that is a tough one. It's something you're putting me on the spot here. Just scrolling through here, trying to look through. The Brazil set was like one of my earlier sets that I watched so many times. Terry Gilliam. I really love Slacker. The Vampire, that was an old school, really beautifully well done. Port of Shadows, I love. That's such a tough question. I'm gonna have to get back on that one because there's so many great releases they've done. You know what? The Three Colors trilogy. That's probably gonna be my favorite release. I need to revisit that. Actually, it's been a while, but that was that was like one of my earlier Blu-ray ones for them. But yeah, they have a ton of. Criterion's one of my favorite companies releasing out there. Criterion Collection, Arrow Video, Twilight Time is up there for me too. I like what Olive is doing too. They're releasing a lot of good films. I hope they put out some more stuff too. Yeah, I like the first Skeleton Key movie for sure, but the third one do not watch. Spirit of the Dead is a horror mystery where the directors, with 3 directors. Wow, I had no idea. That's amazing. Thank you. It's amazing directors right there. In your opinion, who would win? I think La La Land is going to win Best Picture. That's my opinion. It just seems like a movie that is set up to win the Academy Award. It's like a mixture of like The Artist meets Chicago, but I hated Chicago. Just the fact of the musical aspect. But it reminds me a lot of like The Artist, but more musically inclined, obviously. About the Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons, both for $4. That's a good deal. I don't really like those movies. I try, I've done that, some impulse stuff, but now at this point, I just don't have the room, so I'm trying to downsize my collection. It's hard to do. Bronx Tale, yes, the biker scene was amazing. One of my favorite things about the movie of Bronx Tale is it's kind of juxtaposed with the most violent scenes with the most beautiful music. Again, there's a scene with Whites and Night Satin, which was such a beautiful song with a violent scene, and then the biker scene was it a Book of Love? And then they had the Rolling Stones too. But yeah, I love when Sonny goes to the door. Now you can't leave. Love that. Let's see. Do you like anime? I haven't gotten into a ton of anime. So always looking for recommendations for more anime for sure. Collateral is a great one. Yes, I've seen Collateral, definitely. I'm looking through everybody's comments here. Saw Cure for Wellness last night. Long, very slow, nothing original about it. All right. Scrolling through 13th Wolfman, you liked it. All right. Any Kurosawa? Yes, I do have Kurosawa. I think Hidden Fortress would probably be my favorite from Kurosawa. But Kurosawa is a master. I wanted to get the old school DVD box set, the huge box set. Yeah, Miyazaki. I'm familiar with Miyazaki. He's kind of mainstream. 4K Cinema HD. What's going on, man? Long time. Did you pick up the Thing from Waxwork? I got the deluxe edition. I can't wait for it. I've never seen so much drama over a release ever. I was waiting around for that. I was at work on the toilet waiting out for that release, and I got it. But then, I get it. Some people are frustrated about people flipping it on eBay. I know they were selling it for like $200, which is crazy. But at the same time, like those people were complaining so much, and then they did the re-release for it. It was kind of a little obnoxious, but I got mine the first go around. Let me know if you got it too. I can't wait to see it. Yes, was it Jay Browning? I have it over here. Yes, I've seen Freaks. Freaks is one of the movies that I think deserves a Blu-ray release. Absolutely. That's in my like top 10 movies that deserve a Blu-ray release. Chase. Yeah, all right. What's up, man? What's my favorite movie of all time? I already did that one. Talked about it every time on here. John Carpenter's The Thing. Have you seen Swiss Army Man? Yes, I did. Daniel Radcliffe and Paul Dano. Tragic, fun, entertaining, subversive. A must-watch, I'd say, personally. I really enjoyed the heck out of it. Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe is an amazing actor. I love him in Horns. I'm trying to think. He did... Oh man, there's one where he went undercover as like a neo-Nazi. He was great in that movie. I can't remember. It starts with an I. I can't think of the name of it right now. And there's another movie he was really good in too. But yeah, Daniel Radcliffe is a fantastic actor. Full Metal Alchemist. All right. Okay. Ghost in the Shell. Yes, I remember watching Ghost in the Shell like forever ago. That's an older one, right? Robbie Webster. Yeah, the AK-100 set. That was one that I always wanted, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Demon Knight. Okay, cool. I need to check that out. What more have your triple or more dripped in? I don't... Oh, okay, you mean like what have I double dipped on and stuff like that? Scream Factory keeps putting out movies that I've already have, like Carrie, Child's Play, The Thing, like all these ones. I get it, new transfers, new special features, but look, there's so many ones that I've already have. So probably Scream Factory for that reason. They keep putting out all these movies that I already own. And I feel like companies take kind of advantage of horror collectors, especially because I feel like we drive the physical media market. And because they know we're always going to get it. Because like how many editions of Halloween have we picked up? How many editions of The Thing have we picked up? How many editions of Evil Dead have we picked up? And they just keep putting them out there. New anniversary edition, new commentary, new transfer, approved by Dean Cundy. So, Imperium. Thank you. Yes, it was Imperium. I would definitely recommend checking out Imperium for a Daniel Radcliffe film. He was great in that movie. There's another movie I can't think of right now that he was in recently that I really enjoyed. Yes, there's like 3 people in a row that said Imperium. Did you say Horns? No, there's a horror movie called Horns, kind of like a fantasy horror movie that has Daniel Radcliffe in it. And Juno Temple's in it too, a few other people. But yeah, Horns with an H with Daniel Radcliffe. I would highly recommend that one. I feel like that one's super underrated, in fact. Deadly Blessing I liked a lot. And then, I just watched My Soul to Take for the first time. And that was kind of disappointing. I felt like it had a lot of opportunity to be great, but it didn't work for me personally. Yes, I love Stanley. I feel like Stanley Kubrick is, you talk about mainstream film, one of the most well-known directors of all time, Stanley Kubrick, of course. American Psycho, yes, absolutely. I consider American Psycho a horror movie. It's a parody of like the yuppie kind of society and stuff like that, but it's such an amazing film. And Christian Bale was made to play Patrick Bateman. So many quotable lines in there, so many great scenes. One of the all-time classics, one of the best adaptations as well. Along with the adaptation of Fight Club, Chuck Palahniuk. That's actually one of the few ones that's better than the book. Yeah. Nightcrawler, absolutely, I agree with you. Nightcrawler is amazing. That movie is just so twisted and dark. Do you scan the $5 wall? No, not really. I mean, no, sometimes I do. Sometimes I check it out. Yeah, I know Arrow's putting out The Thing. I mean, I already have like 6 different editions of The Thing. Probably more than that, actually. I'm going to do a whole video about all of my The Thing collections. It's a reproduction poster of the Japanese. I think it's the best artwork, but it's a reproduction poster because the original poster is actually smaller in size. And if I can find it in here, I'm going to show you guys something. If I can... Where is it? I have so much stuff that's not organized yet. Alright, well, I guess I won't show it to you right now, because I don't know where the heck it is. But I have something kind of cool related to The Thing over here somewhere, if I can find it. Maybe I'm not going to be able to find it. I don't know where it is. I thought it was right over here, but clearly I'm mistaken. Oh, alright, maybe it is in here. Is it in here? All right, I don't know where it is. My apologies, but I have a Japanese laser disc that was amazing. The artwork on there is fantastic. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Razor Wire reviews. What are you saying on here? Hopefully the Arrow release. The documentary you're talking about, he's sick to death about talking to the... Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Nocturnal Animals. Yeah, I love Nocturnal Animals for sure. My favorite movie of 2016 is The Wailing. It's a Korean horror movie. It's kind of a genre blend. Comedy, crime thriller, horror, especially the way that it comes together. The end. Amazing film. My favorite of the year. My second favorite would probably be Children of the Mountain. It's a film from, I believe, Uganda. Very tragic and pulls at your heartstrings. My third favorite would probably be a documentary, Under Fire. It's a story about a World War II vet who took a bunch of pictures and just found them not too long ago. And he's still alive today, and he's going back to all the places that he fought in the war and talking about all the people that he's seen killed, and the photographs that he took and just everything that he went through. It was just very surreal to see him going back to those spots. So that was my top three right there. Nocturnal Animals would probably be like fourth for me. Park Chan-wook is amazing, absolutely. Brain Damage. Yeah, I can't wait for the Brain Damage release too. Frank Henenlotter's Brain Damage. Is Inside my favorite foreign horror film? That is a tough question. It's really high up there. It's my favorite French extreme horror movie for sure. I love Inside. Just bloody fantastic. Mike G, what's up? Most I ever spent on eBay for one DVD or Blu-ray release. I'm going to show you that now. I've showed it before, but it is my Japanese Heatbox edition for Suspiria in Deep Red. Now, what makes this edition so special is, I don't know if it'll show up right now because it's still kind of a little chilly in New Jersey, even though it's warmed up a bunch. But this black cover right here, you put some heat on it. I usually press my hand on it, especially in the summertime, and it reveals an image underneath. I don't know if you'll... It might take a while. No, it's too cold right now, but when it gets warmer, it's amazing because it reveals some cool images. But yeah, that's the rarest and most expensive thing in my collection, I would say. When it works, it's super cool, I promise you. But yeah, that was super expensive. I'm not going to tell you how much, but the most I've ever spent. My second most would probably be the Wonder Years DVD that I bought before there was an official release. Like, I bought that like 5-6 years ago, and it was like the Christmas specials. Okay, I just kind of talked about my most expensive ones. Do you play video games? I don't really play video games anymore. It's been a while. I used to, but not really anymore. The most watched YouTube channel. That's tough. The channel that I watch the most on YouTube. I don't know. Honestly, I watch a bunch of people on here. I like watching... I feel like I enjoy the smaller channels more than the bigger channels. I feel like a lot of the bigger channels, especially the bigger review channels, don't have quite as much knowledge of films as I would prefer. I would like somebody who knows more than me to review movies and that I'll watch all the time. I feel like most of the big reviewers on here on YouTube don't have much knowledge of film outside of like the 2000s, from what I've seen anyways, and from what they've covered and talked about. Let me know when you get rid of the Blu-rays. I'll buy you some. Yeah, I have a bunch that I plan to sell and get rid of. Again, here's like a whole stack of DVDs I'm going to get rid of. I'm going to get rid of this Cop-Out DVD that I've got signed by Kevin Smith that I won in a contest, and I hated the movie. But I'm going to get rid of a bunch of DVDs and Blu-rays, and I just got the new bookcases, and I realized I still have a ton of stuff. So... yeah, I've talked to Horrible Reviews before. He does some entertaining stuff. He kind of talks like Borat a little bit, and I don't mean that to be disrespectful at all. It's just the accent. But he's awesome. Yeah. Third Man. Wow. Holy moly. Yeah, the Third Man, I wanted to get that, but I did not want to pay the prices for it. And I'm glad I held off on getting The Man Who Fell to Earth with Bowie, because I picked up the recent release from Lionsgate, which is an awesome release. I'm just looking through. Do you put the shelves next to a mirror to make the collection seem bigger? No. Those are mirrored closets right there. I just happen to be there. And I also have, this is my office area. Again, I have the whole other section in my my room here with the bookcases right in there. So I'll go ahead and pan through real quick. And I got a bunch of stuff on the floor over here still, and then I got stuff in boxes, and there's Wrigley. My throat is getting dry. I should have brought a drink up. I dropped the ball on that. Let's see. Scrolling through here. I thought your collection was just big in that room. Oh, no, yeah, no. I've got 9 total bookcases from IKEA. Yeah, it's actually, hopefully, I still have, I was saying this earlier in the video, I have actually a couple boxes in my closet with a few Blu-ray box sets and DVDs, but then over at my mom's place, I have like 1,000 DVDs and a couple Blu-ray box sets over there too. So I definitely wanted to, I mean, I've gotten rid of so many movies over the years. Like even this year, I was thinking about, I got rid of like over 2,000 DVDs and over 1,000 Blu-rays just this, in the past year. And then I want to say the year before that, probably double that amount. So, Willard and Ben, absolutely. Both of those ones I've been looking forward to, especially Ben. Park Chan-wook, yeah, amazing. Yeah, Park Chan-wook is a master for sure. The big box VHS MGM editions. Yeah, you know what? I'm trying to be super selective with what I get now. I'm actually debating. I have these old Anchor Bay 10s, like the Beyond, Hellraiser, Halloween 5. And even the Wicker Man with the wooden box, I'm really debating about getting rid of those. I've had those for forever, and they were like back in the day when it was just DVD, and Anchor Bay ruled the world, especially for horror. Those were majorly sought after, and now I'm just like, I have so many editions of all of these. I think I might get rid of them. Good night, Doritos. I wonder what's worth more, a Kevin Smith signed copy of Cop Out or a copy... Oh, that's harsh. That is harsh. You know, being in New Jersey, I am a big Kevin Smith fan, but if you go to any one of his shows, he talks for like 4 hours. It is that, I'm not even being facetious there. I'm not even exaggerating. He will talk that long. I was so thankful I didn't go to the Late Show because he ended up talking till like 2:30 in the morning. And that was on like a Sunday that time too, so you would have work the next day. It's ridiculous. I don't know. I just can't get into that. That's just too much for me. I mean, it would have been maybe if it wasn't a Sunday and you had work the next day and it was in the midday instead, I'd understand a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, I am a Kevin Smith fan, so hold on, my computer's freezing up on the. I had a message on my computer. I'm filming from my phone. This is the mobile streaming device, which I'm so happy about. I just finished the Kill Bill Volume 2 for the first time. What'd you think of it? I love the Kill Bill movies. Do you like Savage Streets? I do not have Savage Streets. It's the one with Linda Blair, right? I have not seen Savage Streets. I believe it's a rape revenge movie, right? It's from I think the Blu-ray's out of print. What do you think of The Stuff or Street Trash? They're cheesy, fun movies. I love The Stuff and Street Trash. The release for Street Trash on Blu-ray is amazing. What do you think of No Country for Old Men? I've thoroughly enjoyed it. What do you know Ecomog YouTube channel? No, I've never heard of Ecomog. Pretty good. What do you think of Arrival? I have seen Arrival. I thought it was a really good alien movie dealing with just the human nature essentially, and how we would all interact. And I think that's probably how it would actually happen, sadly, minus the happy ending. But the one thing about Arrival I didn't like was I knew right away the relation of the characters, the two leads, but I hated the one line of dialogue towards the end. I was like, unnecessary. Can you shout out Blu-ray Madness YouTube channel? Yes, Blu-ray Madness YouTube channel. Check them out. All right. Have you seen The Witch? Absolutely. I love The Witch. That was one of my favorite movies of last year. Great witch horror movie, just that has that really atmospheric and authentic feel. Absolutely love that one. One of the better horror movies. I think a transcendent horror movie, in fact. Along with, I would say, The Babadook, Let the Right One In, and It Follows are probably the most transcendent horror movies of recent years. What do you think about Red State? I did a full movie review of Red State when it came out. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'd like to see Kevin Smith do more darker horror movies. Like Tusk was a horror comedy. Abel Ferrara, yeah, Driller Killer, which Driller Killer was not for me personally. I thought the best thing about Driller Killer was the paintings in that movie. It felt so chaotic. He directed and played the lead role in Driller Killer, Abel Ferrara, and it's just him going crazy and killing homeless people with a drill. Just scrolling through. What do you think of the Flick of movies? His channel is crazy. I like when you guys do some collab stuff. Like I saw recently on your channel where he was trying to get in your house and ringing the doorbell and stuff like that. His channel, he has so many crazy guests. Like holy moly. I saw that one video with those some of the people. I don't know why he has on there though. Like those guys that he was hanging out with, that one video was like, these guys are the epitome of douchebaggery. It's just, I mean, when I was probably that age, I was probably a little bit douchey, but probably not that douchey. But yeah, I just saw him on Wet Movie One's channel, that collab, and then Cool Duders as well. So I'm getting some text messages on here that keep popping up, sorry. Zombie Z Fiction, what's up, my friend? Yeah, what are you gonna do? I know. I really want to get the 2016 one done. I just want to see one. I want to see L. That's the one I really like. I think that's the only film of the year so far that I wanted to see that I haven't seen. I'm scrolling through here on the comments. Yes, Daryl getting his crossbow on The Walking Dead was an awesome part, and when the reunion with Carol and Daryl right here. I loved seeing Pollyanna McIntosh on there too. Her character was awesome, and I like her a lot as an actress. I loved her in The Woman. She's been in a ton of great stuff. Very strong female lead. Cinecreep, yeah. Yeah, Alex Leba is awesome. Again, like I was talking about before, it's great to see a lot of these younger people on here getting into film. And again, if YouTube was around when I was younger, I probably would be all about it. And it's just awesome to see all these people who are passionate about film talking on here. And the kids these days are probably way more knowledgeable than we were when we were younger at that age, just because there's so many more opportunities to find out about films. Talk about your feelings of The Walking Dead. I still love The Walking Dead. I hear a lot of people complaining about it, that's being dragged out. It's always been drama. It's a zombie-dram. It deals with is less about the zombies and more about human nature and dealing with other humans. And it's just in that regard, I think a lot of people are just kind of upset about it, but I still love the heck out of the show. One of the only shows that I still watch, Big Bang Theory, and The Walking Dead. That's about it. And I just finished Quarry Season 1. That was an amazing show. Can't wait to see that. Hey from Down Under, what's going on? Australian movies. I'd say one of my favorite Australian movies would be recent years too, The Loved Ones, which is a horror movie. I like Road Games a lot. Wake and Fright was Australian too, I believe, right? I love movies dealing with the outback and things like that. I liked Wolf Creek 2. I liked just as much for me. The TV show I just finished watching is that one right there, Quarry, the complete first season. Amazing show. I would highly recommend the heck out of this show. Dealing with a Vietnam vet when he comes back, and it's just an amazing film. I don't want to give too much away, but he basically becomes a hitman, and it deals with a lot of drama aspects to it as well. I like the cast in there. Animal Kingdom. I like the movie. I haven't seen the TV show yet. I'm just scrolling through the comments again. Have you seen Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk? I have not. I need to check that one out. I am very excited for Logan. I am souped. I had a whole theory about Logan, and then somebody said they watched it, and they said my theory was incorrect, so teardrop right there. But I'm very... that's one of the ones I'm looking forward to the most this year. The one I'm probably looking forward to, one of the other ones is King Kong Skull Island. I've always enjoyed the King Kong movies, and it just looks phenomenal from the trailers that I've seen so far. What do you think about Danny McBride? Yeah, the Friday the 13th. No, Halloween. He's working on Halloween, again, with the director from Pineapple Express. Mixed feelings on that. I don't know too much about Dan McBride being a fan of horror, so that's news to me. But as long as John Carpenter's still on board to kind of like oversee everything, I'm cool with that. Yes, I did enjoy Arrival. Great sci-fi. Sci-fi is my second favorite genre after horror. You'll be a horror film soon called Blu-rays Take Over the House. That is true. 88 horror, 80s horror fan 88. Yes. Yeah, I have too many movies. I keep trying to thin them out, but it's hard to do. Just scrolling through the comments. Fargo. I haven't seen the TV show, but I love the movie. The Strain. Actually, I've seen the first season of Strain. And I have the setup there. I haven't seen anything else after that. I like Mr. Robot a lot too. I saw the first season of that. Haven't seen the second season. Vestron Video needs to release Slaughter High. Yeah, I'd say that'd be a good release for sure. Scrolling through, favorite Kubrick film. That's a tough one too. I remember when I'd probably say one of the earlier movies I remember watching as a kid, like on TV. It was TV or VHS. Was 2001: A Space Odyssey. So that has a lot of nostalgia factor for me. But you can't really go wrong with anything he's done. There's not been a film that he's put out that I haven't liked. So, who's my favorite character on The Walking Dead? It was Glenn. Now, I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite right now. I have not seen Ash vs. the Evil Dead. I know I've heard great things about the show. Have you seen, the Maniac remake with Elijah Wood? That was actually surprisingly good. And I liked everybody in that movie too. I liked the actresses were all amazingly stunning and talented. That remake surprised me because I saw the trailers for it and then Elijah Wood being cast and I just couldn't see him in that role, but it worked so well. I really enjoyed the Maniac remake for sure. How many movies do I have? Way too many. Way too many. I have seen Cooties. Cooties was a lot of hilarious, cheesy horror comedy fun. I would have to say, if I had to take a guess how many movies I have right now, like total, probably like 5,500 probably around there. Probably around 3,000 DVDs, probably like 2,500 Blu-rays. Actually, I'm probably close to 3,000 Blu-rays now that I think about it. But again, I'm trying to thin some of the collection out. So I say that now. I just got the 3 bookcases. There's no room for any more. So I need to make sure that with the constant ebb and flow, I have to take that in consideration and only keep the movies I plan to watch again. Yes, I have watched the original Martyrs. I think it's a movie that all horror fans should watch. I had great gore effects in there, and I loved the first half, hated the second half. I thought the whole concept of Martyrs was absurd. The second half was just torture porn. She was just chained up and beaten, and it just didn't do it for me. Inside is my favorite French extreme horror movie, and then I would say Frontiers, and then one that I never hear anybody talk about is Mutants. Right there. It has an IFC DVD release, no Region A Blu-ray release, which is a shame because it's an amazing film. Will you be watching It and Jeepers Creepers 3 when they come out? I don't know if Jeepers Creepers 3 will ever come out, Cathedral. I would love to see it. I'm a big fan of the franchise. Not a fan of the director and what he did in his past. I'm going to watch it, but from what I've seen so far, the pictures, I don't love the look of Pennywise or the kids. The kids, I think almost all of them were wearing hats. It was kind of odd. Was I the only one who sort of 50 Shades Darker? I'm not into those movies, so I didn't even watch either one of those. Sharknado. Look, I love a good cheesy horror movie, but I couldn't get into the Sharknado ones too much. Maybe I could hop in a stream with me and Leba sometime. Yeah, I don't know how to do that on my phone because I don't have a webcam. I'm streaming from my cell phone. So if there's a way to do that, that'd be awesome for sure. Well, AI was partly Kubrick. So again, it's all about the ending. The ending where you could tell for sure it wasn't. Yeah, Daryl's awesome. I guess he probably would be, from the people that are left, probably my favorite. I do have a lot of Twilight Time. Yes, there's my Twilight Time collection right there. I believe that's all the ones right now. I'm pretty sure that's all the ones that I have. Yeah, but I love Twilight Time as a company. Again, I think that's the future of physical media, where it's going to be limited releases. It might be a little bit more than what you're used to for paying, but I feel like streaming is taking over for sure. So I think physical media will always be there, but it might be just limited releases. Hot to Trot on DVD with Bobcat Goldthwait. And oh wow, I remember. Okay, I saw clips of that, but I've never seen the full thing of that. I do know what you're talking about. Hot to Trot. If you like foreign horror movies, check out The Substitute. I've seen The Substitute, the old thriller with on was it Treat Williams who was in that one? I can't remember who was in that one, but it's not what I'm thinking of then because it wasn't a horror. I need to check that one out then. Bad Boys with Sean Penn. Absolutely, that's an old school one. Wasn't that the one where he filled up the pillowcase with like soda cans? Jim Jarmusch. I love Jim Jarmusch. Dead Man is one of my all-time favorite movies. I would love to see Dead Man get a Criterion Collection release, but I like Down by Law. Again, I'm a big fan of Jim Jarmusch. I need to pick up Cigarettes and Coffee too, which had a release recently from Olive. No, I don't do torrents. I think is something. I don't do that. I'm always worried about A, getting viruses, and B, getting tracked. I feel like that's a big thing in the U.S. I can't. The only way I'd ever give it an okay is if it's something where it doesn't have an official release yet. That would be the only thing I could give it an okay for. How about Bad Ronald? Yeah, Bad Ronald's very underrated. I have the Warner Archive DVD release for it. That's another one I think deserves a Blu-ray release. I used to have a region-free player, but I don't anymore. It broke like 2 moves ago, and I just never replaced it. Arrival, The Witch, Jackie, La La Land, and Elle. Well, Elle is one I need to see. That's like the one that I'm looking forward to watching the most because it's like the only one that I've wanted to see that I haven't checked out yet. Escape Plan. I have not. That's with Sylvester Stallone and Arnold, right? I haven't seen that one, but I've heard good things. It looked awesome. I have seen All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. I didn't love it. I remember watching it a long time ago when it first came out and kind of enjoying it, but then I watched it again recently and it didn't live up to it for me. I hated the way that it ended and how it all plays out. I wasn't a fan. Yes. I'm scrolling through the comments here. Forgive me, just reading through the comments. Have you got any Prime Steelbook from Film Arena or Nova Media? No, I'm not against that, but I'm just also not for paying $60 for a Steelbook unless it's a film that I absolutely love, like a top 20 kind of film. And they put out a lot of releases for current films, so that's kind of part of it too. If they put out one for The Thing, or if they put out one for, Last of the Mohicans, It's a Wonderful Life, Bronx Tale, so many different movies, Return of the Living Dead, something like that, I'd probably pick it up. I'd love to see stuff like Tale of Two Sisters get like a Steelbook release too. I could see some company like them putting it out, or Kimchi. Slaughterhouse. I have not picked it up. I haven't seen it. Casino. Yeah. I mean, The Intern I thought was fun. It's a family movie. Again, it's not the typical standout role, but it's still a heartwarming film. I've only seen parts of the Hitcher remake, so I haven't seen the full thing of it. But I like. Was it Sean Bean was in there, right? Yeah, I'm not a gamer. Sorry. Do you have any favorite non-English movies? Absolutely. I mean, I think some of the best films made are non-English films. So there's a ton. Again, I was talking about some of my criterions right here. You can scroll through. There are quite a few non-English films in my collection. Another great Criterion Collection release, the Apu trilogy. Chungking Express. But yeah, here we go, if we can get some more. Here's some old school Criterion box set right here, DVD box set. So yeah, absolutely. There's a ton of... Here's the Solaris. So yeah, I'm big into foreign cinema. I have to say some of the best films I've ever watched have been foreign films. I feel like every stream I get the girlfriend question too. I am single right now, but I am seeing people. So again, there's the girl who's been in my past couple flea market videos. I still see her. I still hang out with her on the regular. I think she was in a couple of my Saturday night vlog videos as well. Yeah, the IMDb... Wait a minute, IMDb, the message boards, I thought they already closed. I'm actually really bummed about that. I think it was kind of stupid. I guess they were saying because people were leaving negative comments. That's going to happen everywhere in the world. If you can't handle that, then don't go on the internet. I've got you. Do you realize how many crazy comments I've gotten? I've gotten death threats on here. I've gotten people saying they wish I died. I mean, you have to deal with it. It's part of being on the internet. There's a lot of people who are crazy and have mental health issues, and it's part of the game. You just got to deal with it. It stinks that IMDb closed down their message board. It's really ridiculous. There's a lot of great information material on there. I have not had time to watch Train to Busan. I planned on watching it last night, but I put together the bookcases, and then I watched Walking Dead, and that was the end of the night. And then I watched Comic Book Man. Any good online deals for Blu-rays? Target just had the buy two, get one free. I don't know if it's still going on. Eden Lake, absolutely. Eden Lake has become one of my all-time favorite movies. Love that movie, especially the ending. I love that they didn't cop out. Yeah, all right, guys. Alright, here's a good one. Do you like Fincher's Girl with the Dragon Tattoo compared to the original? That is one that I am in the minority on. I love the original. Fincher's one, David Fincher's a great director, but Fincher's version to me was subpar in comparison to the original, and I've gotten so much hate for that. The original is a masterpiece, an all-time classic, almost Hitchcockian, a great adaptation from Steve Larson. Sorry, my throat is killing me right now. I've been talking like a mile a minute. But the original is a masterpiece, and Fincher's version just doesn't hold up in comparison, in my opinion. And I feel like most English speakers don't agree with me on that. So, yeah, that is a huge one that I feel like I get a lot of hate for when I talk about. Yeah, I highly prefer the original on that. Yes, I have seen Voices with Ryan Reynolds. It's a lot of fun. And did you guys know that he did all the voices in that movie? I thought that was pretty crazy. And the only thing about Voices that I didn't like was the ending. But besides that, I loved it. Yeah, I have Twilight Zone 1959. Yeah, absolutely. Again, I'm going to say my favorite TV show of all time is The Wonder Years. Second would be Twilight Zone. Third would be Cheers. Fourth would be MASH. Fifth would be X-Files. Then Seinfeld. And then I'd probably put How I Met Your Mother on there too, coming up next. But alright guys, we're coming up on an hour, so I am getting ready to call it an end for this live stream, but thank you. This was a ton of comments on here. I really appreciate this interaction. It's part of the reason I love doing these live streams, that instant interaction and talking on here. But I should have brought some a drink up here because my throat is killing me right now. Yeah, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, original, absolutely. But everybody have a great night, and I'm going to try to watch Train to Busan tonight. I plan to. That's the goal. I guess I'm going to put off organizing the collection. I'll just start organizing it for the rest of the week and doing that. But Train to Busan, I feel like I need a relaxed night. So I'll pop that in. I've heard great things about Train to Busan, so it's time to pop it in. I picked it up. I've been wanting to see it. I've heard great things. So that's what's going to happen tonight. Once this video goes live, for everybody who had movie recommendations, or once it goes, the live part ends and it goes up on YouTube, please leave me a comment and letting me know your movie recommendations, and let me know what you're going to watch tonight too. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll be doing way more of these live streams because they're a lot of fun. Hope everybody has a great night. Take care.